All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join us here tonight. The end of the week is almost here. If you're here live, it is Thursday, July 21st, 2022. But if you're here watching on the replay, you didn't miss anything. This is evergreen content. Stick around because once again tonight, I have my wonderful, beautiful, amazing lady standing by live backstage on the StreamYard. She's going to be joining me to talk about another very, very interesting and highly sought out topic. So stick around for that. She's been coming out of hibernation because, well, I'll let her explain when she gets on the panel. But before we get to all that and bring her on, let me first of all make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out. And it looks like it absolutely has. And let me check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that it is rolling smoothly. And it absolutely is. All right. We don't plan on being on as long as we were last night. We were on for 3 hours last night. Wow. Lots to say. We will probably be on for about an hour and a half to maybe 2 hours max, depending on how much engagement we get and how far we get into things. But tonight, my lady and I discuss why people intervene in other people's relationships. One more time. My lady and I discuss why I can't even talk. My lady and I discuss why people intervene in other people's relationships. Tongue twister. It's the P's, right? Anyway, you get the drift. Without further ado, please welcome back to the show my wonderful, beautiful, amazing lady, Babe. Welcome back to the show. Big round of applause.
Thank you, my love. And I want to say, I love that shirt on you.
Oh, you do, huh?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, this is the shirt I got earlier on this year through the Under Armour outlet store. It was like a $65 shirt. I got it for like $25. I think it was like almost 70% off or 60 to 65% off or something like that. I really love it. I really love it too. And I very rarely wear this because I want to keep it nice and new. I use it for special occasions, like the first time I met your mother was the first time I wore it. And some occasional live streams from the studio. But thank you for the compliment, baby. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Feeling good.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, the allergies, like you say, are really bad. And there is a horrific fire in my area going on right now that is really causing some air quality that's not very good.
Yeah.
Other than that, I feel great.
Oh, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. So, yeah, baby, you decided to join me back live on the air tonight. I know you've been trying to take some time away from YouTube, but you yourself said, occasionally when something is important to you, you'll pop on, and I guess you felt this topic was very important. What's the deal with that?
Well, yeah. You and I talk obviously daily, several times a day, and we go over different content that we're going to put out. And if something really does strike me, then yes, I do want to be involved in something like that. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason. I mean, yes, I am taking a step back, but if something means something that's really important and I want to get my perspective out there, then I will come back out and talk.
Yeah. And this is a topic that you've had a lot of experience in dealing with, such as myself. I think everybody has experienced this, but a lot of people don't know how to handle it, and they don't even realize the real reason or reasons why people do this, why people intervene in other people's relationships. So you ready to get right to it, baby? Because we have some stories to share. Some of them we've shared before. Some are going to be new. Some go back to the archives of my former channel and, haven't mentioned them in a while. So Let's get right to it. So let me ask you, baby, why do you think people intervene in other people's relationships? What do you think the reason or reasons are?
Well, I want to start off by saying I think that there are people that do it in a positive way, and then there are people that are jealous and insecure, and they just want to take whatever happiness away.
Okay.
Um, as far as like the ones that are good, it's 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 like you and I coming out here and giving our advice. We're not intervening. We're not naming anybody. We're just saying, hey, we know that there are people out there that are going through some stuff. We are willing to help them, if they have any questions based on our life experience.
Right.
So there are positive people out there that can intervene in a positive way, but majority wise, it's all negative.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think the only time where it's okay for people to intervene in a relationship is in a positive way. Hey, you two seem like a great couple. Best of luck to you. Wow.
Exactly.
I hope to find
And
someone. You
congrats,
know,
yeah,
yeah, like,
congratulations on all of your happiness. If you
yeah,
need anything, let us know. Like, let me know if you ever need to talk. I'm here, but
yeah.
I relish all the happiness that you and that other person have.
Right. Right. But as you've probably noticed in this crazy modern world we live in, babe, because you and I are a little more old school, we're Gen X. A lot of people nowadays don't praise people when things go well. They only talk shit when things go bad. Or if they're projecting,
That
if they're insecure and they wish they could have what you have. Right. And again, I'm not trying to be overly critical of the millennials, but and I don't. And again, I was mentioning something about the millennials on my stream earlier today on my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas. I was walking on the trail, and there was a guy that met two women on the trail, and they were roughly around late 20s, early 30s, so they were millennials, and they stood. Give me a second. I have to clear my throat. It's these allergies. Okay, can you hear me now?
yes.
So, they were standing right in the middle of the trail. The three of them, were taking up the whole trail. And, I was maybe 300 feet from them, south of them. And I just pulled off the side and showed some scenery, waiting for them to just start walking because they were deciding which way of the trail they're going to go, towards, right? And I was saying that I don't think those millennials are intentionally trying to be rude or not take other people's feelings, thoughts, wants, and needs into consideration. I just don't think they were raised to praise people or to be aware of their surroundings and see that there are other people around, that they move up to the side so other people can pass on by. I think I think millennials inadvertently are oblivious to their surroundings at times. What are your thoughts about that? And they don't compliment each other. They don't compliment people. They only talk about things when they're negative. Now, I'm not saying they don't have happy conversations, but they don't go out of their way to compliment people. Is what I notice.
Um, you know how I feel about blanket statements. And I
Okay.
feel that is a blanket statement about millennials and how they act. Yes, I
Okay.
do feel that there are some that are oblivious to the rest of the world and they don't see that. But then I do see that there are a lot out there that are very kind and were raised very well. And, and so I do not like to blanket and just say millennials are bad. They're not. They're not.
No,
It's just like a handful of the ones that we've encountered that you notice that are just really like they just really don't have that common sense and just the humanity. that we were raised with.
Sure, baby.
Like,
But just to jump, go ahead.
like
Go ahead.
well, I was like this morning. I was out running errands. I happened to go to the ATM machine, and there was an older lady in front of me, and the other machine was out of order, and so it kept beeping. And she just turned around and shook her head, and I said, "These machines are finicky, aren't they?" And excuse me, she said, "Oh yeah." She goes, "I cleaned them all off though, so it's nice and clean for you." So thank you.
Wow,
Excuse me. And then
that
when
was
she
very that.
walked away,
Mhm.
I said, "You know what? Have a great day, hon." And she turned around and she goes, "Thank you. You don't know how much I needed that today." So
Awesome.
you never
That's
know what kind of kindness you can put out there in the world that can
mhm.
help somebody. I don't know what she was going through, but apparently she just needed some kind words
Well, that's good. And that's the way
from a
it
total
should
stranger.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way, baby. That's the way it should be. And I'm not saying that all millennials are like this, but the stigma would not be so apparent unless more than half of them were doing it. And if I had to guess, I'd say probably 2/3 of the millennials, at least 2/3 of them, fit the stigma, and maybe the other third, are more like Gen Xers, or were raised differently to have you know better morals, values, and ethics, and they're more polite, and they say please and thank you, and they're aware of their surroundings. I'm pretty sure you raised your kids that way. That's what you've been saying, and I know the kind of person you are, but not all of them are raised that way. But anyway, so and I can't even remember why I went off on that little tangent there, because we were starting to talk about why people intervene in other people's relationships, and I totally lost my train of thought there. So let's just go ahead and move forward. So um, you've had some experiences. We've talked about some of them before, and it's interesting how they've panned out. Do you want to share some of your experiences where this has happened? I know you've had some good relationships and ones that are not so good, and people were intervening in your relationships. So where would you like to start?
Oh, we can go back to the marriage.
Okay, that would
Well,
be good.
yeah, because that was really, I mean, yes, I had, boyfriends in high school and whatnot, but the marriage was the first real relationship that, my parents and my friends were involved with.
Okay.
And even at the very young age I was being told by um, family members and friends that he was not my soulmate. I should be with somebody else. Um, don't follow your heart. This is the wrong guy. Well, maybe I should have listened to them. But if I had, I wouldn't have the two beautiful children that I have today. So there's a reason that I took that road,
Okay. But
you
babe, real
know?
quick, before you continue, if you didn't get married to the person you got married to, that doesn't mean you wouldn't have gotten married a few years later or 5 years later and had kids, and you might have still been with that guy. I mean, you don't know, but you're just saying that. You're assuming that, right?
Well, what I'm saying is I wouldn't have the two children that I have today.
Oh, sure, the two specific
The
ones
two
that came.
personalities,
Yeah, yeah.
yes, the two personalities that came from him and I making these two children. And I never, ever regret any moment of that. So I believe my purpose at that point was to be with him, to have these children. And
Okay.
then we had to separate
Okay.
because we were not meant to be together. You know, in hindsight, the family members and friends were right, but I didn't have a total loss from it because I gained two beautiful kids that are fantastic role models in this world and great community people. And, you know, yes, one is a millennial, one is a Gen Z, but they are both great human beings and would do no harm to anybody else.
Right. Right. Real quick, Marluxia's Cherry Blossom says, Coach Eli, what exactly do you coach? I'm just curious. Marluxia, go to my website, coach.eliasmelas.com. The link to it's in the description section, also the About section of my YouTube channel. And then when you go to my website, click on the About section, and it will explain everything I do. This is not the right show to explain that. We're in the middle of a topic. So if you have anything to ask regarding the topic we're discussing, no problem. But yeah, check out my website at coach.eliasmelas.com, and that'll explain everything there. Or you can even come to my Walking with Purpose streams on my main channel. And, you know, when I do those live streams, you can ask there, or you can comment there. Or even when this goes to a replay, you can comment and I'll get back to you another time. So basically, your family was saying that they didn't get a good feeling about your, you know, your ex-husband now, husband to be at that point, right?
Yes. And it was,
how did that make you feel?
well, obviously it made me feel sad. I didn't understand why people weren't supporting my happiness. What I didn't realize was the knowledge that all these other people had had, the life experiences, and they could see that the personalities of the two of us were not going to be successful in the long run. And, you know, they were absolutely right. And that's something people really need to focus on when you're in a relationship, is if your personalities, your beliefs, your ethics, your morals, if they don't kind of mend, you will not make it at all.
Right. Right. You know, another thing, sweetheart, I realized, and I think you realized too, about your relationship that you could not have realized back then. You were young, and I didn't even understand this, in my teens and early 20s, is that you and your family and your, ex-husband's family are politically on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. And
Yeah.
as much as you don't want to bring politics into play, and I'm the same way. I don't like to bring politics into play. It can and does affect relationships, because I'll tell you this, before I met you and in between other relationships, when I was on Match.com and some other dating apps, I mean, there were women on there saying specifically, if you're a Trump supporter, I will not go out with you. Or, I'm a Trump supporter, so if you don't like that, I won't go out with you. Like women were getting to the point, and have gotten to the point of where if your political party views aren't in alignment with them, they don't want to go out with you. And quite frankly, I can't blame them, because liberals and conservatives look at things from the complete opposite end of the spectrum. No disrespect. I know, Moonlight, you're more conservative. Welcome to the show. Hello, just got out of work. That's such a nice background. Thank you so much. I get my backgrounds from Canva. I pay monthly for my license, and I use it to create my thumbnails. I love Canva. Canva's been fantastic. They have great high-quality images, unlimited. Okay. So anyway, So yes, at that point, I think what your parents saw that you didn't see was, the political difference that your family had compared to your, ex-husband's family or husband to be at that point. And there's no way you were going to understand that at that point. Now, you do understand that at this point to this day, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I at the age when I got married, I had no idea how influential politics could be in relationships. I mean, it even came down to as trivial as we couldn't even like agree on the same baseball team to follow. Um, so
Well,
there were like many things that we were opposed to.
right. Well, hang on one second, Dave. I don't think, you know, not liking the same baseball team has to do with politics. I mean,
Well, no,
but
that's not what I'm
yeah.
saying. It's just that everything, every spectrum of what we were going through in life, we could not find a balance where we could agree. So I'm
So what you're
saying,
saying is that
politics,
is that you had more differences overall than similarities, right? Go ahead.
yes. And that also comes down to your parenting styles, which ultimately is what destroyed the marriage.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
had
And
way different parenting styles.
right. And babe, like I've mentioned many times before on many of my walking streams and in studio streams, and I even did a specific show on this, opposites do not attract. I think that the more similarities you have with someone, the better. Now, there are no two people that are going to be 100% exactly alike. And if that was the case, it would be boring, right?
Boring.
But I firmly believe if you can't relate with your partner on more things than not, then you're going to have a lot of disagreements and it's just not going to work out. See, it sounds like to me, you and your husband just couldn't see eye to eye on it, on almost anything and everything because you were two totally different people. And, besides maybe initial physical attraction or something like that, or just dating and having fun, it really wasn't there.
We were raised in two different worlds, and that's the bottom line.
Yeah. Yeah. So, when your parents noticed this, they were spot on. But even then, you had to figure it out on your own. You had to see it for yourself. Um, there's no way you're going to learn until you go through something yourself. And unfortunately, for you to learn this lesson, you married the wrong guy, but you had two great kids, and you went through a divorce. But now you've learned, and that's a good thing because look where you're at now. We've got each other, and now you can share your experiences along with me here and help other people learn this sooner than we did. And that's my goal, baby, on doing the life coaching, is to help people learn the things that took me until my 30s and 40s to learn in their late teens, early 20s. So that way they get a big jump start in life. Moonlight says, I agree. If there's nothing in common, it doesn't work. Correct. There should be more in common than not, in my opinion. But yeah, I agree with you, Moonlight. Go ahead, babe.
Well, yes, and going back to that other question about what exactly do you coach? Well, this is what we're doing. We're coaching our life experiences. We are going over things so people can learn from what we've gone through and
Yeah,
make better choices, you know? And not that we've made all the bad choices and we're bad people or anything. It's just, yeah, I've been through a couple relationships that haven't worked. You've been through a couple that haven't worked. We just want to share that experience and
right.
and let people know that it's okay, but you will find your soulmate like we have.
Right. Right. And the key is to, truly getting to know someone. People meet through dating apps nowadays, dating sites, but more so dating apps. So let's just, default to that. You send some messages back and forth. You see each other's pictures. If it's flowing well, get to the phone, have a 30 to 60-minute phone conversation. And that's where you're going to get a feel if someone's really into you or not, for both men and women. And if that conversation is flowing and there's excitement and you feel excitement on both ends, then you meet. What I tell guys is if the woman does not sound excited to meet you, if she shows any hesitation at all, then, that's someone that, I just wouldn't meet. You want the woman to be excited. When a woman is excited to want to see you and is fully into wanting to meet you, she will make it very easy for you, and she will not come off guarded. She will not feel scared. She will just take that chance. When a woman, starts to hesitate on a phone conversation, it's because she's trying to figure out if, something you may have just said, was something that resonates with her or not. And she's being uncertain. So that's the way that I look at it. And that way you don't waste your time. You're not going to meet someone that, is going to take one look at you and say, oh, I don't feel it. And then it's date over, right? Go ahead, babe. You okay?
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. Totally. Yeah, no, I was just commenting myself because I'm also watching my game at the same time. So,
Watching your game at the same time?
well, not really watching it. I just look up the score occasionally, and it's not good for us, but it's good for CFO. So good job, girl.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Moonlight says, sounds like you're talking about being a cautionary tale. Good concept. Yeah, I'm not saying to be guarded. No, it's not a good thing to be guarded for both men and women. It's saying that it's like a job interview, okay? And when you're getting to know someone through a dating app, which is what I'm trying to say nowadays, it's like a job interview, right? And women don't want to hear that, but the truth of the matter is, it's a job interview, and you ask a lot of questions. And there have been times in the past, before I met my lady and in between other relationships where, I was talking to some women on the phone. We got along through the dating app, and we were talking on the phone. I was asking them questions to get to know them, to see if it was worthy of my time and her time for us to meet, right? And after, 4 or 5 questions, the woman would say, all right, Jesus Christ. I see you, Starbucks Queen. I'll address you in a second. I'm not going to ban him yet because I went on his show a little bit ago and he wants a little bit of my attention, so we'll give him some. But hang on a second, Jamie. So the women, after a few questions, would say, what is this, 20 questions? What is this, an interview? And whenever that would happen, I would sense these women putting their guard up, and they didn't want to be asked questions because they were trying to hide something that I was about to find out that was going to eliminate them. So basically them reacting to me asking them questions to get to know them, to see if they're worthy of meeting. If that triggers them, that's a sign that they're not in a good place to meet, right? So anyone that's a good catch, yes, we see you, James. Yes, there's a minute delay also that I have here, because my lady is on, and in case we need to dump the delay. Elvin, I remember you too. Hey, just found this come up. Relationships are about the two people in them. No, that is true. That is true, but there has to be more similarities than differences. And so, again, I think in order for something to have the best shot of working when you meet, you got to pre-qualify your partner. You got to pre-qualify the person you're talking with. It happens typically online nowadays. Ask a lot of questions. If they're not open to answering questions, then politely end the call, or just end the call and go on and find someone else that's going to be more open. If people are holding back, that means they're just not ready. They're not in a good place. So Anyway, baby, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is
I,
that. So we talked.
I was just gonna say, let's kind of get back to the subject here of the people
Yeah,
interjecting.
absolutely.
Um, because yes, that did happen with my ex-husband, and
Hmm.
perhaps I should have listened, and maybe gotten out of the marriage sooner than later. But I I'm a person, I don't quit. And I was gonna try to make it work. And
Yeah.
when it didn't and we parted ways, that was fine. We both moved on, you know?
Yeah, because I don't think either one of you were really ever truly emotionally attached to each other. I don't think the emotional attachment was strong in your marriage. Does that make sense to
Yeah,
you?
yeah, no, no, that's not it at all.
Like,
Like,
like
I
you,
mean,
you, you so go ahead.
I agree with what you're saying as far as like we were never completely connected. I've told you, like, I was never super physically attracted to him.
Hmm.
It was my own insecurities that felt like I was going to wind up alone. That when somebody showed interest, I latched on.
Hmm.
And I want to make this clear. You and I do not have relationship issues. So that's it. You and I are fine.
Yeah. No, we are. We absolutely are. And again, what I was saying a second ago, I think that you know, I understand where your parents were coming from, trying to protect you from marrying the guy you ended up marrying, but that's something you had to learn on your own. Like you would never have learned your lesson, and you wouldn't have listened anyway because you're trying to figure out your own life. But I also think that the emotional bond wasn't as strong as it should have been. You just wanted, you just wanted to, you just settled for somebody because you thought you didn't deserve. You had told me this, right? You settled for somebody because
Yeah,
you thought you didn't deserve anyone or no one would want you. So you settled for the first guy that came along and you had a family with this guy. And then the reason why you didn't leave sooner than you did is because you believe in your vows and you did it for your children at the expense of your
exactly.
happiness. At the expense of your happiness,
Exactly.
you made sacrifices for everyone, but the truth of the matter is you were hurting yourself at the same time.
Yes. And unfortunately, that's what most women do.
Mhm.
A
Yeah,
lot of women put other people's priorities, thoughts, and everything else first, and then they take care of themselves last.
right, right, right. Yeah, and you were young and you had to learn your lesson. It was your first real relationship and you ended up marrying the guy and you didn't have a lot of experience. So it sounds like to me he probably had dated one or two women before you at least, and he was a little more experienced than you because he was a little bit older than you. So he kind of had the advantage there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. So um, let's go to another situation here. Let's talk about your stuff during the first part of the show. Then we'll take a break at about the 45-minute mark or 50-minute mark. We're at 34 minutes right now, and then I'll share some of my examples um, after we come back from break. So the main story we've talked about recently. It's another good example we can bring up again for this particular show here, and one of your closest friends from your hometown that you were friends with this woman for how long? Like 5, 6 years, 10 years? Like how long have you known
eight,
her for?
8 years. 8 years.
8 years, and you were really really tight.
We lived across the street from each other. We spent pretty much every day sitting on a porch together. I watched her daughter grow up and was there for her high school graduation to see her daughter turn 21. I've been there through a lot of the monumental times in her life.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we were very, very close friends.
Okay. Okay. So you had a great friendship with this friend. Everything was great. You dated some other guys in between. Everything was cool. And then all of a sudden, you start dating me, and all hell breaks loose. I don't understand when Eli comes around, all hell breaks loose. I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm a good dude. I love people. Like, is it because I'm happy within myself and secure within myself? And because a lot of people aren't, they project that. Like, I don't understand why. When I come around, all hell breaks loose, and it happened for you too, baby. Share the story with us again.
The only thing I can say about this is the last two relationships I had while I was friends with her were local in the town that I live. We like I said, we spent days together. I would come home from work, I'd pick up dinner, she'd pick up dinner, and we'd go sit on the porch and have dinner and, just be friends. And the last two guys, I don't feel she felt threatened by because they were here and I wasn't going anywhere. And
Mm-hmm.
when I met you
Mm-hmm.
and we hit it off and things were going very, positively, I believe she got nervous of losing her friend, losing the one person that comes over all the time. Um, and she lashed out and she wanted to make me believe that you were a bad person. Um, and she told me everything I had already seen on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I told her, I said, the past is a past. He is not the same person today. Um, so just let's see where this goes. I'm happy. Be happy
Mm-hmm.
for me, friend. And she couldn't.
Yeah.
And then that's when she went further to contact somebody um to have a background check run on you.
Mm-hmm. Now, real quick here. So basically, the other two guys you dated were more local, and she felt no threat to your friendship, and she also saw these guys as no disrespect, low hanging fruit, right? And when you know they looked into me and saw me that, and I say this with humility, okay, but this is the truth. I'm a high value guy. I know a lot of my trolls and haters will say otherwise, but I'm a high value guy and I'm a good dude. I take care of myself, come from a good family, yada, yada, yada. I'm not trying to project that. I'm just saying there's a difference between myself and the other guys you dated. I don't know how else to put this out here without sounding like I'm full of myself. You understand what I'm saying? So they saw me as a threat of taking you away from the town, which you want to get away from.
Well, yes. And I think I think a lot of it has to do with she's also miserable here as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Sweetheart,
Yes.
can you handle that, please?
Handle which one?
Don't make me go girl on
Yeah,
this other girl.
just go ahead and continue, baby. We know who's flooding our chat. We know why it's being done. Okay, just continue. It's not a big deal.
Hmm. So to answer that question, we've been dating for about 10 and a half months, right, babe?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Happily,
Happily.
happily. Yes, and I'm happy to be out here on the show with you, helping with the business because we have a very positive future in front of
Right.
us.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Real quick, just a couple of messages here in the chat. Witchy Nicole, how you been? Haven't seen you in a while. We know where you're from, but you're being nice, so you can stick around. Love and light to both of you. Well, thank you. Love and light to you. Welcome again, 1985 Kmart shoppers. Okay. Yeah, that's you're trolling. And yeah, Elvin. Elvin's been cool. She's been a part of
Yeah.
everyone's groups, but she's never had it. She's never, had any issues anywhere. How long have you both been dating now? You already answered that. I haven't watched you for a while. Cool that she's into the YouTube stuff. Yeah, no, she really likes the personal development stuff, Elvin. And thank you for being respectful. It's great to see you as well. Witchy Nicole, hello everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Yeah, we are. Hopefully you are as well. All right. So yeah, I think that's what it was, baby. She saw me as a high value man that was going to get you out of that town that you wanted to get out of for a while, and I'm sure she's wanted to get out of too. Um, and when that happens, when your friend is pretty much getting what you've always wanted, I hate to say it, it creates a little bit of jealousy, even amongst grown ass
Yes.
40 plus year old women that should be behaving like adults and not this way, and not getting their
Yes. And
their their their
this isn't
and
the
not
first
and
time it's happened with her.
sorry, say that again.
This isn't the first time it's happened with her and
What do you
other
mean? She's
women
done this to
who she's
she's
friends
done
with.
she's done this to other women as well.
Yes, because like I said, she grew up in this town. A lot of people grew up here, and one particular woman, um, when I was in my relationship with the one person that was abusing me, this other woman was also in an abusive relationship.
Okay.
And um and we were both friends with this other woman,
Okay.
and we relied on her a lot for support, and she was there. But once this other woman met a very good man actually here in this town, and they wound up getting married and moving away,
Hmm.
she broke off all contact to her.
Yeah, I would more so understand her behavior if she was in her 20s, but being in your 40s and still behaving this way is telling me that she's got a lot of unresolved traumatic issues, and we already know she does, and we're not going to get into that. But I mean, that's that's
Yeah,
behavior that
I'm not
someone
talking shit about
inexperienced
her.
growing that's behavior someone inexperienced is is going to, respond to in this way. Not a 40-something-year-old supposed grown-ass woman, but go ahead.
I just want to say, I'm not talking shit about her. I love her to this day. She's
Right.
very special to me. And if she literally calls me right now and needs my help, I will be there. So that's just the type of person I am.
Yeah, and I think the
But
I
yes,
think the I think the issue has been resolved based on what you said last night. Her boyfriend or FWB lover or whatever she sees him as, her playmate, whatever, that was kind of coming at you the last few times at darts. He actually, came to your rescue. One of the guys that came to your rescue last night when you were pretty much, abused, assaulted, however you want to say it, sexually assaulted by that guy. And so I think
I
that's
was
going to turn.
serious.
Yeah, you were. Um, but the bottom line is you're saying that, she's done this to many people many times, and she's probably going to continue doing it. And she probably doesn't even realize she's doing it. And again, that's something that she has to work through within herself, because it sounds like to me that she has to be in control of all her friends, when the truth of the matter is no one controls, no one controls anyone besides themselves. She can't control you or any of the other friends. Everybody controls themselves as individuals. And again, maybe that has something to do with some past trauma. Maybe, her baby daddy's, her baby's, daddy. Maybe it's to do with that. Who knows? But yeah, there's
I
some.
feel she
Go
has,
ahead.
I feel
What's that?
she has a very big mama bear role in this town. And she likes to take care of people she feels are weaker than her. And
Okay,
then
so
when they come back and they're stronger, that's when she runs.
So in essence, baby, she used to perceive you as weaker than her, and you surpassed her with your strength because you found a good man that looked at you and said, "You know what, baby, you're worth it, and you're worth a lot more than what you're giving yourself credit for." And our relationship boosted your ego, not in a bad way, in a good way. It boosted your ego through the stratosphere, and she noticed that, and it made her
Yeah.
It made her feel useless. Right? Go ahead.
Yes. Yes. No,
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Darts? Question mark?
Yes. Yes.
What do you
Goose Sports
mean by
darts.
that?
She loves my woman.
I'm a
Loves
big
playing
dart
darts.
player.
Yeah, she beats me every time we play too. She's good. She's really good.
And Moonlight, I agree. I have very few female friends. They are very jealous in nature, yes. And the only thing I'm trying to come out now and say, it's not women empowerment, but it's like we don't need to be so mean to each other. We just need to support each other. Turn around and say, you know what, to a stranger, you're looking beautiful today, girl, for no other reason other than she is. We need to boost each other up and not be so malicious to each other. We're not enemies. We're all here together.
Yeah, well, it kind of sounds like, this friend of yours, and I think you're pretty much back to being friends with her, and I'm really happy for you, baby, that you were able to resolve this. I know it's not fully resolved yet, but for the most part, it seems to be. It really sounds like your friend feels the need that she has to be in control of everything, and I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna read what. Give me a second here. Hold on a second. Some sock account comes in here with the PUSSIE, and Nightbot timed him out because he was also using all caps. Dude, you can't come in here with a YouTube username like that and type in all caps and expect Nightbot to not time you out, dude. Oh man, these people, man.
They're all dummies.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. And I know which one is the minion, and it's we're not gonna say it. But so it sounds like your friend, you know, give me a second. I got the allergies again. Man, that one was deep. I'll tell you. Sometimes your throat gets dried up a little bit deep, and you got to really cough it out. I know how you feel, baby. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, your friend sounds like your friend um is used to being in control of things, and it's hard
Yeah.
for her to relinquish control. And I used to be like that in my younger days. I used to feel like I had to be the leader of everything amongst our friends, and that's not a healthy way to live life. I like you said, baby, the other night. There's a time to lead and a time to follow, right? And some of the best leaders are also followers at times, and don't feel any less worthy when they're following compared to leading.
Well, yeah, I just use the example of like people in a band. You know, you have your lead singer that's there all the time, but then sometimes that person steps back and lets somebody else take the mic
Mm-hmm.
and fill in. And that's exactly what you and I do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, absolutely.
Oh,
Abs-
so Goose used to throw darts for fun times. I do it for fun times in a tournament.
hmm. Yeah,
I'm very competitive that way.
yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. I will tell you this, baby. I cannot wait to get this channel monetized and turn on members only chat, because I'll say this real quick. Like, it's just these trolling accounts. I mean, you know, these people. It's like I don't want to talk about these people, and I know you don't want to talk about them, but they make it next to impossible for you to not address their stupidity, right? So all I'm going to say is that
Yeah.
I can't wait. I cannot wait until we get, this channel monetized. We're at 3,600 watch hours. After this show tonight and the one that processes, from yesterday, we will be probably closer to 37 plus. We'll be monetized by next week. And then, hey, if you guys want to troll in the future, then that's fine. You have to pay at least $2.99 to do it. And for $3, you want to take one stab, I'll take your $3 and get rid of you. That's just ridiculous. But anyway, so yeah. So do you
All
think
right.
it's been difficult?
Wait, I just want to answer Goose Sports. Soft tip, yeah, that's the tournament. It's soft tips, but I do both. I have no problem with either darts. So
Yeah, yeah,
I'm good at both of them. Oh, and I like bowling too. So all right, go
yeah,
on, baby.
yeah, yeah. No problem, no problem. And your friend had, um, her lover, her FWB, friends with benefits, who's a bounty hunter, run, a private investigator version of my background check. And they basically, um, they, give me a second here. Good evening, everybody. I'm about to turn off the chat because it gets really distracting, and that's exactly what they're going to do. What I'm going to do is this, just because we're going to actually increase slow mode to 120 seconds right now. So you're going to have to wait 2 minutes to chat, folks. So that way the chat's not getting spammed. I lost my train of thought here. Oh yeah, so your friend's supposed boyfriend, FWB, ran a background check on me, and basically, your friend came to you and said that I have 2 active restraining orders on me. And you called me and you told me that, and how did I react, baby? From what I remember, I was laughing. Like,
yes, you were laughing. I do want to put it out there that this person also, when he first started to see my friend, he ran a background check on me as well.
mm-hmm.
And this was several years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not out of his nature. This is something he does just to get info on people. I think he does it to just have the dirt on people so he can use that against them.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Your friend, the problem wasn't her running a background check on me. The problem was she stretched the truth. She didn't tell you that the background check didn't have that information. She got that from watching other videos of other people talking shit about me on YouTube, taking things out of context.
Yeah.
And so, and here's the thing, there are people that, know exactly what happened during this time. I was a part of getting 2 restraining orders. One was completely on my own. I had the help from somebody. And the other one is I was working with a lady to, she got a restraining order on another guy that was coming at us. And she added my name onto that restraining order. So I had been a part of 2 restraining orders on the positive end of things, not the negative end, right? So I'm sitting here, and my woman is telling me that her friend is saying I have 2 active restraining orders on me, and I'm like, show me where they're at. I'll run a background check right in front of you. I've even told everyone what's on my background check. I've got no criminal history, no nothing, right? It was just one bankruptcy I had 13 years ago that's been cleared up, and I have perfect credit again. It was a mistake, but it wasn't the fact that she ran a background check on me that pissed me off. It was the fact that she was scouring YouTube and listening to what trolls were saying about me and taking that as gospel, right? She was stretching it way out of the truth. Go ahead, baby.
Oh, no. You were, right. I didn't know you were done talking.
No. I was just saying, you're paying attention to the chat, baby, because the chat is going, if I have to put the chat, if I have to put the slow mode to the max, 5 minutes, I'll put slow mode on the 5. Go ahead, baby.
Please do not do that. I was listening to you. I did not realize you were done with your statement.
Oh, no, yeah. I was just saying that, I wasn't upset at the fact that she ran a background check on me. Anyone can run a background check on anyone. That's not the problem. The problem is either lying about what's on there or using it for malice intent, right? And she wasn't using it for malice intent. Yeah, you know what? If you want to make sure that your friend is dating a guy that's not a criminal, I can understand that, right? But when the background report shows nothing on there, and then you go to YouTube and hear a bunch of people that can't stand me, that are low-life scumbags saying I have 2 active restraining orders on me, and there's nothing there, and then you go to my woman and say that, yeah, it's going to piss me off. And it really didn't even piss me off. I didn't let it get to me because I've dealt with this stupid shit. It was stupid, you know? And again, the people even out here on YouTube that have been following me for a while, they know I was a part of 2 restraining orders, getting them on other people to protect me from them, not them from me. That was the funny thing, baby. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and nothing wrong with this guy. You know, if he ran a background check on you on behalf of your friend or to make sure you're cool, nothing wrong with that, as long as you know he's not talking smack about you and really understands what's on there. Yeah, you've had some unfortunate things happen. You've talked about them publicly, but you're not a threat to society. If anyone's a threat to society, it's that guy, driving drunk and crashing his car being 0.32. And we even shared that story. It's I call that karma, baby, because karma got him. You never mess with karma because what's that?
And he also carries a gun based on his job. So he is more of a threat to the community than I am.
Huh. Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
No, I just, I mean, that's the bottom line. I mean,
yeah.
He has authority that a lot of other people don't, and he gets away with things because of that authority.
Well, did that authority as a bounty hunter? Like, does he have some special privilege? I mean, does he have access to certain things, with the exception of background reports? Does he have special access? Well, he can carry a gun, I'm assuming, right? Or at least he used to be able to.
Yes. Yes. No. He has access to everything. He can carry when he goes on a bounty. He absolutely carries a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not saying that he carries it to the club or to the bar with us, but I'm saying he has that ability because that's part of his job.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I totally.
I don't know what I was going to say right there. I just lost my train of.
No,
I was going to
go ahead, because baby, hold on. Finish up your thoughts, because we're going to take a break when you're done, and then when we come back, I'm going to share a couple of stories regarding my experiences, with people intervening in other people's relationships. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wanted to go back to the grim, grinning ghost that said I love darts too. Yeah, it's something I got into a few years ago, maybe about, I want to say about 7 years ago, that I just started on my own, and I've just taken off with it. I really love it. I do it by myself, but I joined this league, and I'm the captain of my team, and I've got 3 wonderful men on my team, and we do great every week, and we love it. We love it. It's a great hobby to have. Just getting out of that house and doing something, just like a bowling league. Same thing. But yeah, it does bring me happiness.
Hey, Black Pablo, welcome to the show. We have a 2-minute slow mode for right now, because we've been getting trolled. We know who's trolling us, and man,
The Moonlight is confused.
What's that?
I don't understand why Moonlight is confused. We're great. We're just talking about our past stuff. Like
Good
there's
night.
no
I
issues
hope
right now.
everything goes better for you. I'm a bit confused about this topic. Well, we're talking about why people intervene in other people's relationships, and we're sharing the stories along the way in great detail to show what causes them to behave this way, right? And
Yeah.
people typically people will intervene in other people's relationships when they're jealous or when, they perceive you to be better than them or have something that, or they have something that you wish you could have, right? So that's that.
Yes. I want to go back really quick to that comment. What's the biggest value that you both share and made you want to date each other? I
Hmm.
think it's the purpose that we both share. You have a purpose, I have a purpose to help people. And we've come together and that's what we want to do. And we see how big of a heart and soul that both of us have. And that's what makes me want to date you. And that's what that's why I want to marry you, spend the rest of my life with you. So if that answers your question, yeah,
Yeah,
that's why we decided to
yeah,
date each other.
yeah, babe. I think and Elvin's been around since my former channel. She's been around for, God, 4 or 5 years. You've been around since the MGTOW days, Elvin. Men going their own way. I think that's where us guys met you. Every guy wanted to bang Elvin because she was the young, cute one. I think she's only like 27 or 28 now. She was like, what, 22, 23 when we first met her.
Oh,
But she's all,
super hot girl,
she's been she's been one of the more mature millennials. Let's put it to you that way. She defies the stereotype of the millennials. But yeah, Elvin, the biggest value that made me want to date this woman is one simple thing. It's beyond looks. Sure, the looks have to be there and all that, but you're going to know that within 3 seconds of seeing each other. It's for me, it was her heart and soul. I felt her emotion. I knew she was real. Uh, this woman, when I met her, we were hanging out in the Safeway parking lot. She got in my car and she stared at me like a deer in headlights. And she couldn't stop staring at me. And at first, I thought it was kind of weird. And then I'm like, no, this chick's just really into me. I'm like, damn, this is pretty intense. And this is ridiculous. This is the dumbest stuff I've ever seen. This dude is coming in here, Macy's 1987 anniversary, 50% off sale. Then earlier he came in a Kmart account. Like, this is some serious, like, pathetic trolling. I mean, unlike anything I've seen, man.
I
But no,
don't even
Elvin,
understand what that is.
it's a troll, baby. Just putting
Well,
something in the chat that makes absolutely no sense to derail the show. Okay, that you got
that's
to, baby. Listen,
yeah,
you
that's
gotta
what I
just,
mean.
yeah. We just, if we're gonna even briefly mention it, we mention it and then we just go on. It is really stupid. Let's not. They know They know They know I'm well versed in this stuff, but they know you're still learning. But what they don't know is that you know almost as much as I do now, and so just don't let it get to you. Slow mode's back
Oh,
down to
it
1 minute,
doesn't get
folks.
to me. Oh, baby, it doesn't get to me. What I'm trying to say is, as a educated person, I don't understand the words that they're putting out
Yeah,
there because it's all ignorant.
yeah.
I have a college education. I'm well versed in this world, and that made no sense.
No,
I
I
have
understand that,
nieces, I have nieces and nephews that speak more proficient English
uh,
than that.
baby. And I respect how smart and educated you are. Respectfully, when I say this, YouTube is a beast within itself. the most educated person in the world can come on YouTube and get blindsided. So trust me. Like, but you are figuring out these YouTube streets a lot quicker than I did. Number one, because you have me as the experience. But number two, you're a tough chick, and I respect and appreciate that about you. So, yeah. Anything else, baby? Because if not, we're gonna step away and take a break because we are at 1 hour and 10 minutes. Huh?
I don't have anything else to share right now. I completely agree. Thank you for the compliments. Yeah, I am from the hard knocks. I don't tolerate bullshit, and I can see right through it. I am a very sweet and kind woman. But if you want to come at me, that's when you're not going to see that sweet and kind side. Because I was raised right to defend myself.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Interesting first half of the show there. I got my side of the spectrum to share when we return, baby. See, baby, I'm about ladies first. I'll let you go first. How do you feel about that?
Oh, you
Isn't that
always
sweet?
do, even in the bedroom, baby. Even in the
baby.
bedroom.
Oh, baby. No, okay. We'll leave that one alone. All right, ready to go backstage?
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you in just a little bit. All right. So my lady is backstage. All right, folks. We're going to step away for a quick 8 or 9 minute break, but don't worry. I'm going to have my phone modding the chat while I'm gone. So you troll, you're gone. So we'll be back in about 8 or 9 minutes, and I'm going to share, my experiences regarding, why I feel people intervene in other people's relationships. These stories are going to get even more interesting. So with that being said, stick around, round. We'll be right back. right, we're back. Welcome back to the show, everybody. And it looks like my lady hit the chat a little bit on the break there. Great show, guys. Yeah, absolutely great show. All right, welcome back. Get fired up. Get fired up with me. Come on, feel it. I want you all to feel real good tonight, no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, no matter where you're at, right? Yeah, clap it. Yeah, feel good. Yeah. Shake it all about. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube, live on Coach Eli 2 uncensored live streams, the future home of most, if not all, of my live streams. This channel is probably going to be monetized by some point next week. We are right around 3,600 watch hours and counting, and we thank each and every one of you for supporting us. When this channel does get monetized, my Walking with Purpose live streams will be moving over here to Coach Eli 2 from my main channel. And on my main channel, my lady and I are going to be focusing on some high-quality, bite-sized, pre-recorded content in the highest quality, 4K at 60 frames per second. We're also going to be creating some more YouTube shorts. Those are those 1 minute or less TikTok-style videos. And they're going to get pretty interesting, so you're going to want to stick around for that. And we're also going to be creating some more exclusive members-only pre-recorded content. Also, on my main channel, this has already been done. My live stream chats have gone to members-only chats. And this channel here, when it gets monetized, the live stream chats will go to members-only chats. That means in order to chat in the chat, you're going to have to purchase a minimum $2.99 per month membership package there, which will only get you access to chat in public streams that have members-only chats enabled. Now, we are also considering doing some members-only streams, meaning that you will have to purchase at least a $4.99 membership package, which will get you everything. We'll get you live stream chats, members-only live streams and live stream replays, and members-only content. So my advice would be, if you want to get everything, get the $4.99 package on both channels, and you will not miss a thing. And what that is going to do is clean up the chat, because I've been getting trolled here, folks, for years, because some grown-ass adults just never want to grow up. And they don't value content like this, or maybe they just pretend to not value content like this. So that is that. In the meantime, if you'd like to make a donation to support this channel until it gets monetized, or even after it gets monetized, once the super chat's enabled, you can still PayPal or Cash App myself and my lady. Nightbot's been sharing my PayPal and Cash App links every 7 minutes in the chat. On PayPal, you can go to paypal.me/Coach Eli, and on Cash App, you can go to $the real Coach Eli. And as always, donations are greatly appreciated, but they are not required. Elvin says, Eli and GF are back. Welcome back. You like my new microphone, Elvin? The Shure SM7B, a quality broadcast microphone. Oh, I love this microphone. My lady thinks I'm more in love with my mic than with her. No, baby, it just keeps me occupied when you're not here, okay? Let me put it to you that way. But yeah, things are going to get, even more interesting once this channel gets monetized. You're going to practically see virtually no trolling. Additionally, if you haven't heard of this yet, if you are a monetized channel, YouTube made a big change a couple of days ago. They opened up the merch wall to all creators that are a part of the YouTube Partner Program. And I am in progress of making some Coach Eli merch that will be launched probably as soon as tomorrow on my main channel. And when this channel gets monetized, I will have a merch tab on here as well. They call it the shopping tab now. They changed it from the merch tab to the shopping tab, but it's practically the same thing. And there are a lot of cool integrations. You can integrate your products into your videos and your live stream chats. And yeah, it's some really, really cool, let's just say cool stuff. I was going to say cool dog do, but cool shit, all right? It's uncensored. It's Coach Eli 2 Uncensored Live Streams, at least for now. I'm probably going to change the name sometime within the next few days. So stick around for that as well. But yeah, lots of great things coming, and we're going to be focusing more on people that truly need the help. Elvin, I don't know what happened. You said something that triggered Nightbot. My apologies, but I'll read your message. Elvin says, that's a nice mic. Haha, I have a Blue Yeti. I don't use OBS. Yeah, I used to have a Blue Yeti. I still have the Blue Yeti, and the Blue Yeti is not a bad starter mic. But some of the more prominent YouTubers are using the Shure SM7B, and I said, screw it, let's just go for it. I paid off my Best Buy card. I get 1 year, same as cash, interest free, no interest for a year. Yeah, I decided to buy the microphone. Let me tell you, when you get a broadcast style microphone, it's kind of a pain to get it set because you need an audio interface. You need what's called an XLR cable. And with the Shure SM7B, because it is a very gain-hungry microphone, you need to have what's called a preamp, called a cloud lifter. And that's an extra $150. The audio interface, $250, and the microphone, $400. So you're looking at about $800 if you want to get the Shure SM7B to work right and sound right. Then you have to tweak it. And I think I finally got the sound just right. So thank you for the compliment there, Elvin. But my lady's waiting patiently backstage. Let's bring her back on the show. We've been discussing why people intervene in other people's relationships. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, that's an interesting sock account there. Nephews of Karen, you're a great dude, sir. Totally a fan. Keep up the positivity. The world needs more knowledgeable men that give a damn about society, and I'm here for it, bro. Well, bro, if you're not being sarcastic, you can stick around because I can smell sarcasm a mile away. But hey, we'll see how you chat for the rest of the show. All right, babe, welcome back to the show.
Wow, thank you. It's about time.
Well, baby, I had to do the intro back into the show. I apologize.
We all don't need a 7-minute intro about your damn mic.
Well, I was promoting some other things too, baby, but you get triggered when I talk about my microphone, huh?
Well, I'm waiting here, and you said it's going to be an hour and a half show, and we're already there.
Well, we're going to go another 30 more minutes. How's that? Does that work for you?
That's great. Let's go to it.
Absolutely. Scotty, is that the real Scotty? How you doing, Scotty? Yeah, before I share some of my experiences regarding, people intervening in other people's relationships, yeah, Scotty, I've been kind of paying a little attention to what's been going on lately amongst many of the groups out there. And, I know you're no longer a part of that group. I kind of heard a little bit about what happened. I'm not looking to talk any smack about that group or any other group, but, oh, baby, what's happening there? I'm hearing some feedback.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I had to clear my screen.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
I do have the curb on, but I had a lot of things that were there open. I had to clear it.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. There was some feedback when you did that, but yeah. Oh, no problem. But it's all gone now. Grim Grinning Ghost says, hi, RMP. So yeah, Scotty, I'm open to doing some content with you, as long as it doesn't involve smack talking about, other groups and stuff like that. I know that you're a heck of a speaker, and you're a great podcaster, and I think you just need to connect with the right people and create some more, positive, uplifting type of content. And if you're cool with that, you can go ahead and email me. You have my email. We've emailed before, but I know the last time we chatted, things kind of went back and forth. And I think now you're like a free agent, I guess, which is what we can call you. Maybe we can do some shows, you, my lady, and I think that would be awesome. Justin Lee TV. Hey, Coach Eli, I'm a big fan. Thanks for all you do. Well, I appreciate that, Justin Lee. Thank you for being here. Pardon me if I'm a little leery if people are being sarcastic, because we're getting trolled by, we know who's trolling us, and that's just that's just the funny thing. And they know that we know we're being trolled. But anyway, thank you for being here. If you're legit, man, thank you for being here. All right, baby. So is there anything else you want to mention regarding your stuff before we get to my stuff here real quick? And it's my stuff it's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting because it involves my former, best friend, Brett. I've mentioned his name before, so it's not a big deal, but go ahead.
No, let's go on. And hello back to Grinning Ghost.
That's a great name. Yeah. So, I've talked about my friend, Brett. That's not the real Scotty. That's a troll. That's a troll. Have a nice day. Oh, man. I swear, you guys can keep coming and trolling and giving us some more views. That's all good. We've got 180 views already. Probably not as many as you guys, but that's okay. So I've talked about my former friend, Brett, many times. I met him in high school. We used to work at a movie theater in San Mateo, California called the Hillsdale Cinema. And we were really, really good friends. He introduced me to my high school sweetheart because I went to an all-boys school where I graduated in 1992. Okay. Justin Lee TV, you do a great job, brother. Your audio is always perfect. Your lady and you have a good synergy. Well, thank you for that, man. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I went to an all-boys high school, Sarah High School in San Mateo, California, and I was looking for a prom date. And my friend that I met through the movie theater had a girlfriend, and she introduced me to her friend, and we hit it off, and that was all good. And, after high school, both of our girlfriends broke up with us. We've shared the story before, or I've shared the story before. I don't need to get into it. But him and I remained friends. And, when his high school sweetheart broke up with him, he just was anti-woman for a while. So he just started banging a bunch of women, and he just couldn't commit. And then he ended up finding this one woman that he really liked, but he still wanted to bang a bunch of other women. And in this situation, the interesting story, baby, is that this woman that my former best friend Brett is actually still married to this day. She was the one that was intervening in our relationship, because the friendship between guys and gals, it's still a relationship, right, baby? Friendships are a form of a relationship, right? You're muted, baby. You are muted.
Oh, I said absolutely, baby. I'm sorry, I did mute.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely it is. And that goes even into your family relationships.
Right. Right. And, I know, Jules, that's not Scotty. Yes, I know it's not. Hey, Jules, how you doing? I don't think I ever banned you here. I did remove some mod wrenches because I just, I removed a lot of people from the days where we reconnected, but I've never had a problem with you, Jules. I still don't. I just didn't know who I could trust a few months back when my lady and I had to make some changes. But welcome back, and it's nice to have you here. I think that's the real Jules. I can check here real quick. Give me a second. Let me go to channel. Yeah, that's the real. That's the real Jules. Okay. So what ended up happening was, when he started to date this woman, she really liked him, and she was really trying to lock him down really quick to the point of where, like, she never allowed him and I to hang out like we used to. My friend Brett and I, we used to have poker nights every few weeks. We used to go to Tahoe every few months. We used to do guy stuff, right? And she basically, started to, she basically told him in different words that she doesn't want him hanging out with me. And he was kind of telling me about that, and that just kind of ticked me off. And I could never understand why a woman would not let her man hang out with his best friend when his best friend's a good dude. Do you have any idea why that would happen, baby? Like if you being a woman, okay, and you're dating a guy,
Yeah.
and he has a best friend he spends time with every now and then, why would you not want him to hang out with that friend anymore?
I don't know.
Okay.
Unless that best friend was against the relationship and trying to break it up, like bringing the guy out to bars, like into clubs, and trying to get him to hook up with other women. That would be the only reason why
Well,
a
I had
woman
my
would
own
want to
girl.
do that.
Right, I had my own girlfriend, and what was happening, I think this is what might have happened. My friend was banging four other women while dating this woman, and she had no clue, and they had a serious relationship, and he had met her family, and so I think this woman was just very, very insecure, and very, very needy. She was also, no disrespect, she was very unattractive, overweight, and I think she felt that if she could, take me out of the equation, she could have him all to herself. And
Ah,
that's it made me lose respect for my friend, that he didn't stand up for me or stand up for himself. It kind of made me feel like she was controlling my friend, because, baby, here's the thing. Like, let me go back to what happened with your former best friend, or she's probably going to be your best friend again. I think you two have patched things up. Even after what she was saying about me, and I wasn't too happy about it, I didn't overreact. And I never told you to stop being her friend. Did I once ever tell you to not hang out with her or not be her friend anymore?
no, no, you never told me anything to do with my own life, even when it comes to YouTube. Like any
Right.
decision I make on YouTube has been my own decision. So if I want to come on the show, I come on the show. If
Yeah.
I don't, that's my decision. You
Yeah.
never controlled me at all.
Yeah. I'll
Um,
get to the other
I
questions
just
in the chat
want
in a
to
second. Oh,
address
go ahead.
yeah, I just want to address this one from Annie X. I'm curious how your lady handles you being a public figure. Does she get jealous of women online? No, I do not get jealous of women online. What I get upset about are people that talk shit about my man, and they try to get at him in ways that are not appropriate. Whether that's through me or his family or anything else.
Right.
And that's what I don't approve of.
Yeah. May I further respond to that, babe? Let me respond to that here. So, here's the thing. Number one, I'm a faithful and loyal man. I love my woman and I respect this woman. And, you know, I feel I brought value in her life. At least I hope I have. And she's brought tremendous value in my life, with her heart and soul, with, what she's experienced, and how she carries herself and how raw and real she is. She is perfect to be the co-host here, or even we're both the hosts. I wouldn't even look at her as a co-host. We both host this together, and we're both now business partners here, and we're life partners. And here's the truth of the matter, Annie X and anyone else, right? Yeah, I'm sure there are other women, whether they admit it or not. And I'm not saying I'm all that. I think for 48 years old, I look okay for my age, right? Humbly speaking. So there are going to be women attracted to me. That doesn't mean I'm going to take action on it. But let me tell you what that also does. It brings me more value and makes my woman want me more, right? I'm only mentioning that for example purposes, because when more people want you, your value increases. Is that a fair statement, baby? When you're wanted, when you're highly sought after, your value increases, even to the one you love, right?
Yes.
Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to act upon it. Look, she's got guys hitting on her all the time, right? Some guy rubbed up against her last night, and it was funny because, I went back and watched a little bit of the replay, of some dude, doing commentary on my content last night, right? And they were saying, where was Eli when this happened? Well, my woman lives, an hour and 15 minutes away from me, and I'm doing my thing, and she goes and plays darts. It's the thing she does on her own with her friends. It's her time away from me to do her thing. So it's not that I didn't want to be there. And if I was anywhere close by, I would have gone there. And I wouldn't have gone there to kick ass and to talk shit and start a fight. I would have gone there in support of my lady. Okay? So 48, you look 35. Well, thank you, bro. If you're serious about that, I appreciate that, bro. Yes, I'm 48. And dude, I use Just for Men on my beard. It covers the little gray I have. So I'm being honest. I've said that before. But thank you, Justin Lee TV. I appreciate it. Your lady sounds very secure with
Wait a
herself
second.
and your
One,
relationship.
1 second. I just see one that says that you're a good man, and I can see a lot of women wanting him, but your baby is too intelligent. Like what? Like, so that means what? I'm too wise on all these people. Like,
No, what he's saying, I think, in other words, is that you're the smartest one out of all the women, right? I chose
um,
you. Okay, yeah, this is YouTube. Everybody speaks differently, right? I get it. And people are typing
yeah,
fast in the chat.
no, I wanted to clarify that. And yes, thank you, NEX. I am
Yeah,
secure with
women are,
myself and my
yeah,
relationship.
yeah, yeah. I think it's because women are narcissistic and want to isolate their property so he doesn't have a backup. No, you're right, Justin. Regarding my friend Brett's girlfriend at the time, and now his wife, and they've been together, shit, it's been about 14, 15 years now. You're welcome, he says. The funny thing is that, he, this is how pathetic my friend was. I have never seen the most pussified act of a man besides what my friend Brett did. And babe, you got to be honest and let me know what you think about this. Okay, you're a good woman, you're a sweet woman, but you're going to give it to us straight, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I knew he was banging all these women, and I've always been a faithful man, right? I had a woman that she would come over and hang out most nights, right? And every night Brett would bring home a new woman, and my woman was seeing Brett come home with a different woman every night. And she starts looking at me and says, you don't have any other women that are here when I'm not here. I'm like, no, baby. Like, why would you think that? Because my friend can't settle and stuff. It's like when you hang around people that are players, like you're like almost guilty by association, even if you're not, right? Like, I mean, I'm not surprised my woman questioned me on that. Why would I have a friend that does that, and me be okay with it? I'm not. I wasn't okay with it, right? And I actually felt bad for his girlfriend, right? And I even like wanted to tell his girlfriend, but there's a thing called guy code, and it's like I was stuck between a rock and a hard place of morality and guy code, right? And I'll tell you one thing I've learned, baby. Fuck guy code. Morality means a lot more to me than guy code. One more time. Fuck guy code.
Amen.
What's that?
Amen.
Morality to me means a lot more than guy code, but I still didn't say anything. It was funny. Brett's woman calls me up, right? Calls me up when Brett's at work, right? She calls my phone and talks with me and asks me flat out, do I know if Brett is cheating on her? And I had to lie to her. I'm sitting there. I felt like the biggest piece of shit. Like I knew, I can't remember. I think her name is Jen or something like that, right? And I knew he was banging Jen and 4 other women, right? And my woman knew that, right? And I had to tell her, look, he goes to work, he comes home, he sleeps. In my head, I'm like, with 4 other women besides you, but I didn't say that. Hold on a second.
Damn, babe.
Oh man. Let me just take care of this troll here. So here's what happens, right? After that call, I mean, I wasn't super triggered, but I was kind of triggered. I was like, dude, you got to get your shit together. Now your woman's calling me, asking me if you're cheating on her, right? And because I have a guilty conscience, right? So I left Brett a voicemail, and I told him, I said, dude, listen, you got to come clean with your woman. Because if you don't come clean with your woman, I'm going to have to tell her. I can't have her calling me all the time. This is like this was creating issues, and we lived together, right? We were roommates, right? So this is what happened. So he was at her place one weekend. Can you still hear me, babe?
Yes.
He was at her place one weekend, and the story I heard from him, and I'll recite it as it happened. He had gone to take a shower. And this was back in the days before smartphones. Remember, we had those Nokia flip phones, and you could log into your phone to check your voicemail, or you could actually set your phone to just go to voicemail without a password, right? Now, any smart person would activate the passcode, right? My friend Brett was not the sharpest tool in the shed. He did not have a passcode on his voicemail. That means anyone that would pick up his phone and hit one button, they could listen to all the voicemail, right? So Brett goes to take a shower. His woman Jen grabs his phone and listens to the voicemail of me saying, "Dude, if you don't tell your woman that you're cheating on her, I'm going to tell her myself. I can't take this anymore," right? So she he didn't delete the voice. No password on the voicemail. And he didn't delete the voicemail. Right for the picking, right? Right? So the guy ends up coming home, and he was pissed. He was pissed at me. I'm like, dude, what are you pissed at me for, dude? If you love this woman, you want to be with her, you got to come clean with her, bro. You got to stop banging all these other women, dude. I understand it's fun to have a variety of pussy, brother. But you have to choose variety of pussy or a committed relationship. You can't have both, right, babe? You can't have both, right?
Absolutely.
Right? So So Justin Lee TV says, my girlfriend drinks way too much and I'm losing trust because she always goes to bars. Well, okay.
Well, yeah, let me talk about that. Bars, I mean, you've got to have trust in your relationship. I would go and I would hang out with my friends. And where I play darts is at a bar. And there are many, many people there, many men, many women. And yes, I did get assaulted the other night in a bar. And that's why I wanted to make that story aware for all women out there.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because I was drinking too much. I had barely had 3 sips of a beer before this happened.
Mm-hmm.
This gentleman had been drinking way too much.
Yeah.
And so that's why he acted in the way he acted. But yes, if you Justin Lee TV, if you have trust, if you and your girlfriend have trust between each other, let her go out and have fun with some friends and just make sure she's safe to get home
Yeah.
safely. No
Yeah.
drinking and driving,
Yeah.
Uber or pick her up. But let her go
Yeah.
out and just, have some fun, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I think that's well said there. Well said there. Maybe I'm paranoid. Maybe you're trolling, bro. I'm not trying to be rude. I think you're probably the guy from the other side, but it's all good whether you are or aren't. It doesn't matter. Baby.
What? Who? Wait, what?
Never mind. Never mind. I think he may be trolling, baby, but that's all right. Doesn't matter. So here's what happened after that. Brett comes home. Right? He's ticked off. He's blaming me. I'm like, dude, blame yourself, dude. Why don't you put a password on your voicemail or delete the voicemail or just be honest? I'm like, I just called him out. I was sick of it because his woman was intervening in our friendship, right? Like, I don't need your woman calling me, asking me if you're cheating on her. I barely even know the woman, right? Right? And so she broke it off with him, right? And let me tell you, this dude did the most pathetic thing. He might as well just have, chopped off his balls and put them on a silver platter for her, because that's what he's done. This was the biggest beta move I've ever seen, right? So this dude, after banging all these women, he was getting all the pussy, right? He had 4 women on the side. He had this main girlfriend, and he was on top of the world. And then he got caught. And morality set in, right? Right, baby? Right? All of a sudden, it hit him, right? He was
Oh,
in
yeah.
love.
Like a Mack
He was falling in love. He was falling in love with the woman that he was with and cheating with 4 other women on her, right? So he's like, dude, I got to get her back. Well, dude, all you can do is just move on. It's up to her if she wants to ever give you another chance. No, dude, I got to go get her flowers, this and that. This dude, he bought flowers every single day for 3 weeks straight, went to her work and put it on her windshield. Now, look, if this was like in the 1950s and shit, yeah, I could see it, right? In the modern world, this is the most beta, pathetic move, period, dude. Like, might as well just hand in your testicles. You screwed up. All you can do is say, hey, look, I'm sorry. I've been going through a lot since my high school sweetheart. I just haven't been able to trust women. I didn't realize I loved you until now. After this happening, allowed me to realize that I truly loved you. I was confused before that. If you were to be honest like that, then she might, have respected you more. But he kept on bringing her flowers every single day. And after 3 weeks, she gave him another chance. And they've been together ever since. But here's the difference. She's been in control of that relationship. She wears the pants in that relationship. And I stopped being this guy's friend because I could no longer respect him. And it was all because, like, I feel this was something that was plotted by his woman the entire time. She was trying to get me out of the way as his friend so she could have him all to himself, right? And it's almost like her pinning us against each other. And I told my friend, look, dude, if you can't stand up for your friends in front of your lady, like if your lady is going to give you an ultimatum that you can't hang out with your friends, then why would you want to be with her? Like, again, babe, I would never tell you who to not hang out with when you're not around me. You do whatever you want to do, right? Here's the thing. If I don't
Yes.
like one of your friends, I just won't hang around you when you're with them. You do you, right? And until you give me a reason to not trust you, I'm going to trust you, right? Okay. And the same thing with me. Like, like you're not going to tell me who to hang out with and who not to hang out with. But if it's somebody that you don't resonate with, you just won't hang out with me when I'm hanging out with them, right? But here's another thing, okay? And then I want to get your feedback on all this, okay? And then we'll probably wrap it up. I have another story, but it's getting a little late, and we'll wrap this up. Yeah, he is beta, Justin Lee TV, big time beta. That's why I lost respect for my own friend. I didn't want to be friends with him anymore. I said, dude, I can't hang with this dude. I can't respect someone that doesn't respect themselves, especially when it comes to women. And this is going to affect you, bro. And it has. She's been wearing the pants in that marriage. And I don't talk with him anymore. My brother does. He's still friends with him. And my brother tells me that he's miserable. He's just miserable. Then why is he still with her? Because he can't get anyone better and she can't get anyone better. They've settled for each other, which sucks even more, right? But I was going to say something, and oh yes, this is what I was going to say. Baby, here's the thing. Are you still there?
Yeah.
When I was younger, until I hit about 32, 33, or 34, I would really go out of my way and make an effort to hang out with my friends at least once a week or so, or once every few weeks, even if I was dating someone. By the time I hit like 33, 34, 35, like, and right now, honestly, I would rather spend my time with you than any one of my friends. No disrespect. I have some good friends and I love them, right? But I think for a man and a woman, when you get to a certain age, at that point, you start to prioritize things. I respect you dropping him, brother. Well, I couldn't respect him, bro. I couldn't respect him because he basically handed over his testicles. That's what he did. It's exactly what he did. And at this point, like, I would rather spend my free time with you. Because here's the thing. If you and I are life partners, we're soulmates, right? If you and I have a little spat every now and then, we can kiss and make up and make love, right? And just have that amazing time together, right? With my guy friends, and this is what's turned me off about a lot of guys nowadays, even some of my guy friends. A lot of these guys have become so pussified beta males that I can't stand hanging around them. So I'd rather hang around my woman that's supposed to act like a woman and also be intimate with her rather than hang out with my beta female dog friends that are whining and complaining about their pathetic lives all the time and doing stupid things and wasting my time being around them. And they're my guy friends. So, we don't do anything intimate. That's with the woman, right? So I think when men and women reach a certain age, I think the priority shifts from, spending some time with your friends to spending minimum to no time with your friends and spending more time with your special partner and then hanging out with the friends during maybe some occasional special occasions. What are your thoughts regarding all this, babe? It was quite a lot, but yeah, it was an interesting time. And that was a story of a woman intervening in a friendship between my guy and I. Not my guy and I. That was in the Freudian slip between my friend and I. My guy, my guy friend. That's gonna make people laugh.
Yeah.
My guy friend and I. I'm straight. I'm a straight man. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Yes. No, I agree with a lot of what you're saying there. I want to go back up to the chat for a second.
Okay.
With Justin Lee saying my girlfriend always sounds drunk and she rubs up on other men. You know, I
I
don't know
think
if you're a
Justin.
troll or not.
I think Justin is out of here right now because all he's doing is reciting what was said yesterday, and I think it's that dude from the other side pretending to be Justin Lee because he's
Yes,
bored.
and
Yeah, and we
all
knew
I'm gonna
that.
say is all I'm gonna say is like, you know, if you are a troll, like, no, like that, this is not the platform to be on. Um,
Well, it is.
if that's really
It's
true,
Troll Central, baby.
well, no, we are a drama free channel,
Of course we are.
and you know, if that is you projecting on me to think that's what I am doing,
No, baby. Why
then
don't you
you need to
stop it,
shut.
baby, before you give these people more than they're bargaining for? Let me step in here. This is just Jamie sending in people or creating accounts himself because he's entertaining his audience. He's getting paid by a sponsor to do this. He's clocking in and clocking out, and that's all. And when you get triggered, and you're not really getting triggered, but you're kind of reacting to it in a way that is what they want you to do. So again,
Well, no,
you know,
the thing is I want to make a stand and say, you all can talk as much crap as you want. I am secure in who I am and in the relationship that I'm in with Eli. You will not break us. You will not get in between us, and
okay,
you will not break me. So that's
okay,
it.
and baby, I understand why you're reacting that way, and most people that don't truly understand what he's doing, that's how they would react. But here is the thing. He's getting paid and sponsored to do these rebroadcasts, and he's bored of doing them because this is not the type of content that interests him or his audience typically. So he has to do this stupid shit to spice it up a little bit because his sponsor is, he says, I went on a show earlier tonight. That's why I started a little bit late. I wanted to go on there and I talked with him and his right hand person there, a lady. And respectfully, I'm not going to mention her name because we have an agreement from years ago, and I want to respect that. But yeah, it's clocking in and clocking out. It was even said on the stream there, right? And that's all it is, right? And so, I'm just trying to make you aware of that. I already know that, and at some point, especially once we go to members only chat or chats, this won't happen anymore. And if one or two of them buy a membership and give us $3 to talk a little smack, we'll take their money and ban them, right?
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. And again, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take the last part of this show and I'm gonna pay Jamie some credit and say, look, dude, you're a smart dude. You are smarter than 99% of the people on YouTube. Okay, and you know how to crawl under people's skin. You don't do it to harm them. You do it because you know it gets a reaction that's going to create, the controversial content that gets you the traction, right? I understand that. I totally get what you're doing. And that's all I'm trying to share with you, babe. It's just about trying to get a reaction to spice up the boring show to him and his audience that he really doesn't want to do. That's the truth of the matter. That's all it is, right? And I know most of these people are trolls in here, and I know they try to initially come off like they're not trolling, and then they slowly amp up by throwing something in about you or me in a subtle way. right? And then they amp it up a little more, and then they see how long is it gonna take us to figure out they're 100% troll. Well, we assumed that from the very beginning, but we're not just gonna ban people until they start to give us more of a reason that they're trolling, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all good. So yeah, we are at 2 hours and 6 minutes, baby, and we need to start wrapping this up soon. Let's see. Is there anything else in the chat? The most perfect person who ever existed. Another troll. But I'll answer your question. Were you jealous of the time Brett spent with all his ladies? No. Listen, dude, here's the thing. If I wanted to be like a pussy, magnet, I could have been that. I could still be that, even at my age, but that's not who I am. I love being with one woman. Okay? And we're going to go ahead and remove you, but we'll answer the question because it's a fair question, right? I enjoy the company of one woman. I enjoy the emotional bond. I love having someone I can go away with on the weekend, someone I can call before I go to bed every night when we're not together and talk about our day. I love having someone that can be my business partner, right? I love someone I can relate to and can relate to me, right? And then we have great intimacy on top of that, right? So, to me, multiple poontang, however you want to call it, has never interested me. Never. It hasn't, right? Does that mean I couldn't bang multiple women if I wanted to or still want to? No, I could probably, but that's not me. That's not me. So I know you were trolling, but I just wanted to put that out there. I love my woman. I'm a one-woman man, and I'm very happy. And let me tell you, it's not every day you find a woman that can do what we're doing here right now, live on the air on YouTube. And I thank you for that, baby. And I thank you for that, baby. That's where you're supposed to chime in.
You're welcome. You're welcome, baby.
Thank you. All right, baby. So your final thoughts before we get on out of here, baby. Yeah,
Can I
share
say
your
one
final
more
thoughts.
thing about that?
You could say whatever you want. Whatever you want, baby.
So this man here has always been loyal to the person he's with. He's never stepped out or wanted anything more. And I can say that with complete, honesty. I know it's truthful. I believe everything he says. I am the woman that's with him every single day. He has no desire to step out, and neither do I. We are committed, we are in love, and we are going to just rock this world. So watch out.
We're going to rock this world. I won't sing anymore. Thank you for that, baby. I appreciate it. Anything else you want to mention before we go off the air here?
Nothing more than I just love you. I think you're wonderful. You're extremely handsome. And I cannot wait to see you tomorrow.
Yeah, and real quick, baby, thank you for that. Before you go, if I had to sum up in a few sentences why people intervene in other people's relationships, it's jealousy, insecurities. They want to have what you have. And look, everybody's been in that position before. Typically, people go through this and behave this way in their younger days, their teenage years, and throughout maybe part of their 20s. But by the time you hit your 30s, you got to grow the fuck up, whether you're a man or a woman, and be a little more mature and be happy for people that have happiness. And just because you don't have that person yet in your life doesn't give you the right, to attack someone else. And, you shouldn't be that way because it brings you bad karma for yourself. Like if your friends have somebody special and you try to kick them down, you're putting out bad energy into the universe that's going to make it even harder to attract the person you really want. You got to keep a positive attitude, even if you're the only one single amongst all your friends. And when you keep that positive attitude, you're going to start to attract more positive people, and eventually you'll find that one special person.
Amen.
Yeah. All right, baby. I'm going to shut this baby down, and I'll give you a call in about 15 minutes or less. We'll talk briefly, and then we got to get to bed early because tomorrow is going to be a long and good day. Thank you for being here, babe.
Yeah, make it quick, baby.
I'll do the best I can. I got to shut the equipment down, baby.
Okay.
All right, babe. Thank you again, and talk with you in a bit. Love you, babe.
Love you.
Bye, babe.
Bye.
All right, that's going to do it, folks. We'll see you all tomorrow, probably for a Walking with Purpose stream on the main channel. Subscribe to Coach Eli, Elias, Melas. If you haven't already, Nightbot's been sharing the link every 7 minutes, or go to youtube.com/LifeCoachEli. Probably go live there tomorrow for a walk, and then my lady will be over tomorrow. Maybe we'll do a stream tomorrow. We'll figure it out. Just keep it locked to both channels, and you'll know when we go live. Have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.